Presenting the second place award will be Stephen Stern and Mel Rich of the Bodyonics Pinnacle Company, and Jeff Long of ProLab. And they will present a certificate, the Silver Sandow Medal, the Silver Olympia Medal, and a check for $55,000 to Kevin Levrone.
Hey guys, in this video, I'll be going over the 2000 Mr. Olympia, a year which I feel like is rather overlooked. Not many people talk about this competition, and it does surprise me considering that the lineup was really, huge, with big names like Ronnie, Flex, and Kevin who made up the top three, as well as others like Lee Priest, Sean Ray, and Jay Cutler, just to name a few. Now, Kevin placed second to Ronnie at this show, and I've heard people say that he could have won, so I thought it would be cool to review the entire top three at the show to really see how close it was. To judge this comparison, I'll be giving the winner of each pose 3 points, the runner-up 2, and the last place finisher 1. Now, before the video does start, if you guys could take a moment to like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated as we are so close to 10K, which is really mind-blowing to me. With that all being said, guys, let's get into this video. Alright, here's the first pose, the front double. First off, I'll tell you guys that Kevin is dead last in this one. He has the least amount of separation in the arms, the worst V-taper, and the worst legs. That being said, he does have a better midsection than Ronnie, along with a more aesthetic look than, Ronnie as well. However, he does fall short in terms of conditioning. I'd say that Flex and Ronnie are very comparable here, as they present unique standout characteristics that even out the playing field. Flex has some huge arms, amazing shapely quads, and a great V-taper and structure, while Ronnie has a clear size advantage overall. One thing that I notice instantly is cleaner separation in the lines of Flex's quads, which look more aesthetic than Ronnie's massive legs. Moreover, Flex has a much better silhouette and midsection. However, Ronnie has a very impressive V-taper. Personally, I lean in favor of Flex's outstanding aesthetics, especially in a shot like this. However, this one is very close. So I'd give Flex the win, with Ronnie in a very, very close second and Kevin in a distant third. Here's the front lat spread, and I'm starting off with this picture because it shows them side by side on stage. It helps you get a sense of their heights and muscularity without having to worry about the differences in angles and lighting. With that in mind, you can clearly see that Ronnie outmuscles Flex and Kevin. His quads are massive, his lats fill out the pose the best, his arms are huge, and his chest is the thickest. Here's a second look at the pose, and here you can see once again the sheer size advantage that Ronnie has, along with his insane conditioning. His chest has the best separation, his arms are only rivaled by Kevin, and his quads are the largest and the most deeply defined now. I think it's a no-brainer for him to win this one, so let's take a look at the other two. Kevin presents larger and more defined arms, drier conditioning in the chest, and better lats. Flex has better conditioning in the quads, however their sweep doesn't look nearly as impressive as it did in the front double. He does have a better midsection and comparable delts, but he does fall behind in the chest, and overall, he looks a little bit flat. I think Kevin does enough in this pose to secure himself a second place, with Flex placing in third and Ronnie winning the overall shot. Like the first picture of the front lat spread, I'm using this picture of the side chest to show them side by side in the same shot. Even though the picture is not the best quality, I instantly notice that Flex's rear delt looks suspiciously pointy. I don't know what it is, however, it doesn't look necessarily right in my opinion. That being said, he does look really aesthetic, but he gets out-muscled in every body part except the arms. For that reason, I'd relegate him to third place. Here is a clear look at the top two in this pose, and here you can see that this one is rather close. Both have ridiculous upper halves, with Kevin displaying a more aesthetically pleasing upper half, with Ronnie showcasing pure, raw dominant size. Starting with the lower bodies, you can see that Ronnie displays way more detail and a deeper separation in the leg, and Kevin displays his side leg in a better way in my opinion. However, he does fall short in the separation, things of that nature. Now, I'd give Ronnie an advantage in the lower body, but the upper body is a close one. Kevin has a larger, more impressive looking arm, while Ronnie has a more developed shoulder. Kevin easily takes the midsection though, as his looks much tighter and showcases more detail. However, Ronnie does have a decent one, all things considered. Personally, I do prefer Kevin in this pose, and I would give him the point. However, Ronnie should probably win this one due to his objectively superior side leg. Still, Kevin's presentation gets him an edge in the pose, so he takes this one. Ronnie, an extremely, good pose for him, but I think he's going to get second, and Flex takes third. The rear double is a lights out pose for Ronnie in my opinion, even with this poor quality picture. Just take a look at the lower body disparity between Ronnie and Flex in terms of conditioning, and the disparity in size between him and Kevin. I don't even think I need to mention the upper body since Ronnie's back looks twice as thick, while Kevin and Flex have, almost two-dimensional backs in comparison. Two-dimensional may have been a little too harsh, however this higher quality comparison shows that Ronnie really does look twice as thick and has a much larger back than both Kevin and Flex. So Ronnie easily takes this one in my opinion. Now taking a look at Kevin, you can see that he has comparable separation in the lower half to Ronnie and absolutely dominates Flex in that regard. Flex does have good hamstrings, however his glutes look very soggy and showcase zero striations. He does have a better back than Kevin, along with it more shapely arms, so I'd have to give the upper body to Flex because he does have a rather impressive one. That being said though, I really think that Kevin takes this one by virtue of a more complete level of conditioning along with a comparable upper body. He doesn't get dominated in the upper half anywhere near the same way that he dominates Flex in the lower half, so Ronnie would take first, Kevin takes second, and Flex takes third. The rear lat spread is again a dominating shot for Ronnie. His back is so much more detailed and defined compared to the other two, and his lower body once again decimates Kevin and Flex. I will say that Kevin puts up a rather impressive fight in the back surprisingly with those amazing traps, however Ronnie has much more thickness in the lats. Here is a better quality comparison, and you can see that Kevin and Ronnie are in a league above Flex. Flex lacks conditioning in the lower body and has an amateur looking back in comparison to the other two. He easily takes third in this pose, and like I was saying earlier, Ronnie's back still exceeds that of Kevin's. I look at the Christmas tree region, the lats, and the lower body. There's absolutely no way Kevin can beat him here, so Ronnie again takes an easy win, Kevin takes second, and Flex takes a very, very distant third. Unfortunately, we don't have a side tricep for Flex, so this picture will have to suffice. You can see that Flex and Kevin both have superior triceps to Ronnie, and I don't doubt that they would both beat him in the arm department. Flex would probably beat Ronnie by virtue of aesthetics, along with the fact that this pose is quite literally his worst one. Here's a comparison between Kevin and Ronnie, since we don't have a side tricep for Flex, and here you can see that Kevin smokes him in every aspect. For some reason, Ronnie had, no clue how to hit this shot, as he hides his impressive side leg, doesn't hide his midsection, and basically exposes all of his flaws. I don't even need to say anything here for Kevin in my opinion, as he destroys Ronnie and probably Flex too, so Kevin takes first. I would give Flex second purely based on the fact that he would most certainly pull off a better side tricep than Ronnie, and Ronnie would get third. The ab and thigh pose is definitely where Flex can make up some ground. He's never had the best V-taper due to his narrow structure, but his midsection in this pose is the best by far, and his quads are really good from head on. Ronnie's midsection is a bit blocky and his abs are the worst here, however his quads are probably the best out of all these guys. Moreover, his V-taper is surprisingly good due to his wide structure and flaring lats. Kevin shows a nice variation of the ab and thigh, displaying a ripped serratus, good abs as well, but falls short in the quads. Here is another look at this pose, and here you can see that Flex definitely does smoke these two in terms of shape and aesthetics. Additionally, look at the feathering that he presents in the quads, which adds just another layer of perfection. Ronnie's midsection definitely became wider at this show, which hurts his overall outline and places him in third. I think Kevin has the most balance here, as he has some nice feathering in the quads, a good midsection, and overall hits a very solid pose. So Flex would take this one, Kevin second, and Ronnie would place in a rather distant third. The most muscular is a very powerful pose to end off on, as all three look really good. Flex showcases some insane roundness. Whether or not it's pure muscle is, definitely up for debate. He does showcase the least amount of separation in the arms, if that tells you anything, but does have some great quads and the best midsection. Kevin has the best arms here in terms of shape, along with great conditioning. However, he does fall behind in terms of quads and delts, surprisingly the delts. I don't know how, but it's because Ronnie has some of the craziest looking delts here, as they are larger than his arms, which we already know are huge. Moreover, his chest thickness is just insane, and he definitely showcases the most striations in the chest. His quads are the largest and the most developed, and he presents the most amount of muscle. Although I do prefer Kevin's lines and presentation, I gotta give it to Ronnie, guys. Come on, he is too muscular for the other two. So I'd give Ronnie the win, Kevin a very close second, and Flex third. Alright, that about does it for this video. Tallying up the points resulted in Ronnie getting 18, Kevin getting 17, and Flex getting 13. I think Kevin presented some insanely impressive shots like the side chest, the most muscular, and the side triceps. However, he got out-muscled from behind and his quads from the front were sort of lackluster. Flex presented some amazing shape as always, however he had too many flaws to seriously contend with the top two. So I do think that Ronnie deserved to win this Olympia as he presented the best conditioning and overall mass. With that all being said, let me know down below if you guys agree with my take on the 2000 Mr. Olympia. Do you think that Ronnie deserved to win this one? Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. A like and sub would be much appreciated, and like always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.